Hey, what's up? Must be nice mobbing around when there's so many problems and lames around that want to kill me, but fuck it, baby boy, you stay up. Yeah, we're in Wilmington. We're not in Fresno or Central Valley or Bakersfield. That phone call fucked your stream up, bro. I don't know why. I don't know if that tint's working. Dude, you know what? It might have been the phone call. You know, it never occurred to me that maybe my phone's hotspot would be disrupted by accepting a phone call. Lady, what are you doing? There's no stop sign for you and you're just stopping right in the middle of the intersection like a retard. $626. Oh, okay. You're from the SGV, San Gabriel Valley. So, there's a little hit up from Wemos right there. Dude, I think the phone call messed up the stream more than the tint and the overheating. My phone was getting hot, not gonna lie. But I really think what did the number on my stream quality was the phone call. Okay, so new rule. Somebody calls me, they can fuck off. Get me when I'm not busy. Don't call me. No phone calls allowed. The chef is working. Okay. They made a second lane for all the bicycles. How gay is that? And look, there's no bicycles anywhere. Nobody's riding a bike in this whole fucking city, and so they get rid of a lane for cars to drive on for people who don't even bike. You know, sometimes I just think to myself, like, dude, are people in LA just all retarded? Like, how do we even allow for something like that to happen? Nobody rides bikes in LA. They're such a minority, they're basically non-existent. Look around, nothing but cars, right? And so we're like, well, okay, there's nobody riding bikes. How about we give bike lanes to bicyclists? So stupid, man. Pull up to Florence. Yeah, somebody was literally just telling me from 85th Street to go to 81st and Central, and that there's like a hit up there. When I first started taking pictures, somebody got killed in this alley. I remember it. That was like 2022. It's choppy? No. My phone's not even overheating. Fuck me, dude. Dude, it might be a Wilmington thing. Maybe Wilmington just has crappy service for T-Mobile. Dude, maybe I just need to get out of Wilmington. Smooth? Okay. I'm using the speed test app to see what my upload speed is. Dude, my upload speed is really good right now. It's 38.8 megabytes per second. A live stream usually eats up like 8 to 10 megabytes, I think. I got 38 right now. Okay, we're good for now. I think it was just the area. I was in a bad area. I was in a dead zone. It happens. Today I caught like 3 Westside WeMoss tags. That's pretty unusual, to be honest. Actually, make that 4. Out of all the WeMosses, I would say Westside tags the least and Eastside tags the most. Even for a while when they were still around, Northside was tagging more than Westside. But it looks like that's changed for now. Okay. Yeah, let's get out of Wilmington. Somebody said go to Florencia. Should I go to Florence, guys? So at least Florencia isn't as far as MacArthur Park or downtown. I might be able to squeeze it in. We need Starlink. Bruh. Do you know how big one of those Starlink tablets is? It's like the size of a laptop. I'd have to like mount it onto the dash or put it behind the back seat. Oh, what's up, Marcel? Yeah, 4 flats, I hear you. I remember you. Explore Mexico. Yeah, when I start making money off these streams, why not? Hey guys, there's something that I gotta ask you guys. I wanna know what your guys' take is on this. Do you guys think I should start doing interviews for content? Maybe I'll live stream it, maybe I won't, but just for general content, should I get some like gangbangers or whatever with crazy ass stories to come onto a podcast with me and then do like an hour-long interview, and then I just clip it up, post on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok? Would you guys be interested in that? Do you guys think that's a good idea? If I streamed it on Kick, would you guys tune in? Because you know I'm always trying to push everybody onto Kick nowadays. What kind of interviews? Honestly, I like, full disclosure, I'll be transparent. It's probably gonna be very similar to like every other fucking person who interviews prisoners, gangbangers. Like there's that chick, what's her name, from Avenues. She has her own little show. And then Ian Bick, he was like this Jewish fraudster, scam artist who did like 3 or 5 years in the joint. He has a podcast. And then there's this tall surfer white boy dude from Oregon. He has a podcast. So there's like and then there's like Adam 22 and shit. And then I could have my own. And they're all kind of similar, but there's plenty to go around, you know? Because like all these pages are very successful. They all get, you know, probably at least 100 million views a month just on Facebook or Instagram alone. Yeah, it's like soft white underbelly. Do you guys think that's a solid idea? Would you guys fuck with that? If you guys would fuck with that, do like a W about that. The only thing I have to be concerned about is sometimes I might have to worry about my own personal safety. I might have to like change the venue each time and go to like some shithole motel and change the location each time for each interview. I feel like if I had just an office, word would get around where my office is at. Maybe I could get set up. I don't know. Like, is that too paranoid? Is that me being too paranoid? Interview homeless people, not gangbangers. Here's the problem though. I'm allergic to people who smell bad. Like I'll probably puke. Like if you haven't showered in a couple weeks, I can't have you near me, dude. It's just, I can't do it. Like especially come into like my office or like a hotel that I'm renting. If you come correct, you can go anywhere. True. Risk it for the biscuit. I blocked that underbelly dude, to be honest. Got tired of his videos in my algorithm. you just blocked him? You're like, fuck this shit. Are they like that bad? I mean, I guess they're kind of redundant, you know? Like, I feel like Soft White Underbelly, like those types of interviews, you tune into the ones that, like the only times you're gonna watch the whole thing is if it's like relevant to you or like part of something that you're really interested in. I don't think there's anybody who just watches all of his interviews from start to finish with each video that they post, you know? I don't think most people would do that. There might be some hardcores who do that, but probably like the vast majority of people who watch Soft White Underbelly's videos probably just fuck with the clips, if I had to guess. $5 for gas from random account 84848. Thank you. Thank you, my dog. Much appreciated. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I feel like you've given me money before, no? This isn't the first time, I don't think. Harbor City Reefa. Hold on. My phone's lagging. There's a tag right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. You have? Well, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. I'm gonna get this tag real quick. Give me like 30 seconds. Actually, dude, I don't want my phone to disconnect. I have to take this shit with me. What's crippin', son? Nothing much. Nothing much. They are redundant, but the one with the USC football player turned bookie drug dealer was awesome. Maybe if I have time, I can look into it. Okay, so we just got a Harbor City tag. I'm gonna check out one more block. You love the interviews with street entrepreneurs to see where life went wrong. Like pimps and stuff. I watched an interview with like a pimp, and I thought it was kind of boring. Go to Baby Snaps Alley. No, we're too far away. We're too far away. We're in Harbor City. That's nowhere near here. Especially streetwalkers. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't just do interviews with the same type of person. Because I know that if it was all just gangbangers, it would get old. Like sometimes you gotta do gangbangers, sometimes you gotta do cops, sometimes you have to do prostitutes, sometimes you have to do people who PC'd up, sometimes you have to do, I don't know, hackers. There's that one guy who's been getting interviewed by literally everybody, that white dude. There's some white boy who was like a hacker, and everybody's been trying to get a piece of him and put him on their podcasts. And then like look at like what Vice magazine does. They'll like go to Russia and interview hackers over there. So there's a lot of content. There's a lot of things to play with. It doesn't have to just be gangbanging. Looks like Miami. Santo Rifa on Kick asking me where I'm at. We're in Harbor City right now. Dude, you know, if a homeless person, how is a homeless person even gonna like get a hold of me? How are they even gonna get to my place? Like, I'm afraid that they're not gonna follow instructions and they're just gonna show up smelling like baked asshole. Like, I don't want to like have to pick them up off the street and have them in my car, because then I'm gonna have to pay to detail my car every single interview I do, and then I don't know if I'm even really gonna make that much money off of it. So you could do super PC and you could be super PC, politically correct, and what's what people do for a living in downtown LA to Beverly Hills. Like salary transparency. Like, is it kind of like that guy who interviews like billionaires and asks them, oh, what do you do for work? How'd you make your first $1 million? What are some pieces of advice for young entrepreneurs? How important is faith when it comes to doing business? You know, what's the importance of family? Just asking very generic questions. Yeah, that guy's doing extremely well. But it's not really me, though. It's like, I wouldn't want to rip off of that guy because I feel like he's kind of corny. I kind of cringe at his interviews because he glazes these billionaires so hard, and I'm like, bruh, dude, they're human. They want, you know, no matter how big someone's ego is, most people want to be treated like regular humans, even if they're like narcissists and shit. They want to be treated like regular people. Most people do. And if they don't want to talk to you, sucking their cocks isn't going to make them warm up to you, because they're random people and ask them about what they do for a living. Yeah, I mean, it would have to be something interesting that they do for work. Because if I bring in people from certain trades or whatnot, it might be kind of boring. Like asking somebody from McDonald's about like what they do. I don't know if people would really want to know about that. Or like, oh, I work on cars. Don't you guys think it might be a boring interview? I don't know. Am I being too prejudiced against the idea? Who doesn't like getting glazed? Me. Like after a while, it's like, okay, relax, you know? Like for instance, if I, let's just say, okay, back when I was single and when I was on dating apps, if there was a girl who was like trying way too hard to get my attention, it gave me the ick. And there was this one girl who I dated back in 2020, and I was like, you know, I'm pretty bad and slow at texting people back. And this girl, she would text me, and I wouldn't respond for like 4 or 5 hours, because that's just how I am. Sometimes I wouldn't even respond at all if it wasn't necessary. I don't like unnecessary conversation, you know. I think it's frivolous. I think it's pointless. But this chick, every single time she texted me, it would take me forever to get back to her. And as soon as I responded, she would text me back within like 10, 20 seconds. Like, literally, you could tell that her getting a text from me and any kind of like validation or attention was the most important thing to her. And that kind of gave me the ick. You know, I was like, that's too much. This is way too much. Because when somebody glazes me, I feel like, I don't know. It comes off as like weak. I don't know. Like, you gotta pinch yourself sometimes, man. Like you can think very highly of people, and I most certainly do. But when you actually get the chance to interact with them, you have to check your adrenaline levels. You gotta pinch yourself a little bit. You can't get too fucking hyped up. Like, pinch yourself, act normal. Be a normal fucking person. Easier said than done, I know, but can't glaze too hard. Yeah, she loved me. Yeah, she did. I know, but I don't know. Maybe that's not what I want. Because when somebody puts you on a pedestal that high, it's very easy to like shatter their image of you. And for them to all of a sudden go from like loving the fuck out of you and wanting to like suck your toes to like, it can go in the complete opposite direction where you disappoint them and now they're like completely devastated and then they go crazy on you. And I've experienced it, so like does anybody agree with me here? Like, if somebody glazes you too hard, if somebody's like really, really into you and then you disappoint them, don't they become potentially like your worst adversaries, your worst enemies? Like my ex-girlfriend, this chick, she fucking loved me, dude. She wanted to keep me so badly, to the point where shit got creepy. Like, I was like done with her ass and she's like stalking me outside of my house. And I literally had to like threaten to call the cops on her and tell her friend to pick her ass up, who had to drive like 2 hours to pick her up. And so like a very strong, passionate love or like an unhealthy obsession can turn into like a complete mutiny and like an all-out war. Like, lovers make for the worst enemies. They do. Lovers and friends are always going to end up, out of all the enemies you'll have in life, probably the worst ones will be the ones who are former friends or former lovers. No cap. Touche. This fool sound like the white beat man from Hustle and Flow. I don't watch movies like that. I remember ghetto people. You have to understand, like, I was raised in like a super white middle class neighborhood, and so like I don't like watching people dance. I think dancing is cringy. Like I don't want to date a girl who dances. Like I find it kind of trashy. And like I tried, like my friends, they all were interested in becoming break dancers and b-boys and shit. They wanted to learn how to like glide and moonwalk and pop and all that shit. And then like looking back, I'm like, dude, that was like cringe as fuck. I don't like dancing. It's not my thing. And isn't that what that movie's about? Hustle and Flow? Like I just don't like it. I don't know, like I barely remember that movie, but I remember seeing the trailer, and that was like 20 years ago. And I was like, fuck that, man. You must have laid down the hammer for her to get clingy. I guess, yeah. I mean, I was like running my pizza shop at the time, and I just didn't have the time for her, you know? And like, I'm like, dude, I'm burnt out, I'm stressed out, I don't want to go on fucking dates. I just want to chill, you know? Honestly, I just want to chill with the boys. Like, I didn't even really want to hang out with her. I just wanted to kick it with the boys, because that's how I unwind after a long day's work and having just a stressful life. And so like I really didn't want to give her much attention, and it drove her crazy. It pushed her overboard. Happy Thursday. Have I considered making hood documentaries? I've done them. But I don't like doing them because there's always complications that happen. You know? When you do a hood vlog, you have to understand, like, you know, you're filming gangbangers, and these gangbangers, like, while you're working on the vlog, they might catch a case. And if you put out the vlog, that vlog can be used as evidence against them. And then if you post it, that can cause a lot of issues, you know? And if something happens and you get blamed for it, then that's not good. So that's why, like, you have to be careful with putting out content that can endanger people's lives. You have to be very careful when it comes to shit like that, because it can get a lot of people pissed at you. And like, there's a hood vlog that I did, and I was like, okay guys, here's what I'm gonna have you do. Here's all the videos. I put them on my Dropbox or on my Google Drive, and I told them, look at all the clips, let me know what needs to be taken out of the final cut. And I don't know if it was laziness or what, but these guys, they wouldn't get back to me on what they wanted to be left in and what needed to be taken out. And it was like, hey, until like everybody's cool with it, I don't want to post shit. Because I don't want people to be thinking that I'm responsible for somebody getting in trouble. because there's been some shit that's happened. I'm not going to bring up specific examples. Blame for be going against you, and that's not good. So doing hood vlogs is very high risk, and also like it's hard to get good moments that go viral on a hood vlog. It's very difficult. A lot of hood vlogs don't do that great. A person who is like, I think it's looping water. Let me know if it gets better. Not too bad. What neighborhood? We're not in a hood right now. We're like in between hoods. We're like in between like West Side Piru and East Side Torrance. We gotta get you kitted for the road so gangbangers can't be on you. Put up a GoFundMe for self-sealing punctured tires, bulletproof windows and doors, and a nitrous kit. Okay, so basically, I need to buy a tank, is what you're saying. Buy a tank, get all the appropriate permits, get street legal, and I'll just drive around in a tank or like a warthog. Do I like Jay Worthy? I don't know who that is. Who is that? Fill me in. You need to make some money? Yeah, probably. I think everybody does. Did you know he's Elon Musk's brother-in-law? Who? Jay Worthy? I don't know who that is. I know who Elon is. He's a rapper from Campanella Park, Peru. Okay. Yeah, I don't know too many rappers. The last rapper who I spoke to is Sucker Free, and he's deceased now, R.I.P. Used to work in Torrance, right by the CHP station next to the 110. Okay, so like by T Flats. Did you work at Restaurant Depot? Did you work at Restaurant Depot, William Barry? His sister is Grimes, who's going out with Really? What the fuck? Elon's dating a black chick? What? He's dating a gangbanger? She's white? So is Jay Worthy white? Peace to the Hub City. Yeah, we're in Carson now. So we're close to Hub City, but we're not there. She's white and Middle Eastern. So is Jay Worthy like a full-blooded sibling, or is he like a half-sibling? Jay Worthy is Middle Eastern. And he's from Campanella? I don't know. I don't know anything about him. I couldn't comment on anything. I don't know anything about the guy. Western Asian. Yeah, Western Asian pretty much just means like Middle Eastern. Game's brother, Big Face. Oh, so he actually lived in Compton. He didn't just like, he's not like an outsider who got put on just so he could have a rap career. So he actually grew up in Compton. Okay. He used to sell wigs to Rick James with Rick Ross. Oh. Okay. Wigs? Does he actually do that? I don't know what Rick Ross does. All I know is that Freeway Ricky Ross used to push a lot of weight and he got caught up for it. And he was really good at what he did. That's all I know about him. He lived in Cedar Block, yeah? Is it like Central and Rosecrans? 190th. Well, we're in Westside Peru. We're not in the Crip area right now. We're more like in the Peru area, the C13s and Westside Peru. So he doesn't bang anymore. Oh yeah, I feel like once you get to a certain amount of success, probably don't want to bang your shit that hard anymore. Just enjoy the money, enjoy your family. Try not to leave your kids without a father. It's like, dude, you made it, you know? Enjoy life. You saw a flying wig up in the sky? What does that mean? Cabbage Patch? No, Cabbage Patch is further east. We're gonna go to Florencia real quick, and then I'll probably wrap it up because I have some work to do at home. Cap City. That's weird. We usually don't have too many viewers from Twitch, so it's always surprising when somebody from Twitch comments. That's a wig, not a drone. I know what I saw, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Why are we talking about wigs all of a sudden? I'm confused. Fill me in. What's the inside joke here? What's the move? Going South Central, it looks like. Going to Sul Central. OG West Side Crip Gang 190th Campaign Drive. Yeah, it's like the 190 East Coast, right? Campaign or Campus Drive? Am I going to Fig? Nah. Not going to Fig. Yeah, there's always a guy asking for 304s. Yep, always. That's fine, you know. I understand people don't want to pay for OnlyFans. I get it. Hey, if my streams lag or choppy, let me know. What are the demographics of South Central, you think, now? Is 50-50 Hispanic, black, or more? 60% Hispanic, 40% black? Oh. Dude. South Central is probably like 80-20. Probably like 80% Mexican, 20% black. Maybe 75-25. But I think, nah, I don't know, man. Maybe 70-30. There's definitely a lot more Mexicans and Hispanics than blacks. It's higher than 60-40. There are certain areas of South Central where there's more black people than Mexicans. Like, I would say, like, A-Trade has a lot of Mexicans. I mean, a lot of blacks, sorry. A lot of Mexicans too, but I think there's more blacks there. Maybe... what's another area of South Central that has a lot of black folks? Watts, in general, has a lot of blacks. Hundreds, Rolling Hundreds, lots of black folks that live there. Rich Rollin'. But everywhere else is predominantly Hispanic. And like the Low Bottoms is very, very, very Mexican dominant. And same with Florence. And Florencia, that's a big ass chunk of real estate. Like there's a lot of blacks like in like the Brims. the Van Ness Brims. That neighborhood has a lot of black people living there. Hyde Park has a lot of blacks. And the hundreds. And the 90s. But a lot of Mexicans everywhere else. That's why you see a lot of black kings with a lot of Mexican homies now. Do I ever go to San Bernardino? Yeah, not often though. I have to have a good reason to go. If I go, it's because it's very convenient. I have other business to handle there. So if I have other business, then yeah, you know, I can justify going there and doing like a stream and exploring the different neighborhoods. I can do that. But besides that, like, I would only go if there's like money involved. There has to be like some really good content that I could get, like a lot of good content, or I have to like be monetized by Kick. That's really what it's going to boil down to, whether I go to San Bernardino out of the blue or not. Hey, is my stream lagging at all, or is everything good? Because on my end, it looks a little choppy. Smooth? Okay. As long as it's not like low quality and looking like shit, then more business. Okay. So, we've been streaming for an hour. My phone has clearly not overheated. Good news. That's something worth celebrating. And the sun's been out. Yeah, Manchester's coming up. I'm probably gonna take that exit. Manchester coming up. Take Florence. No, I think I'm going to take Manchester. I'm going to take Manchester and then go up Central, and then I'll come down Hooper. Take Florence, less traffic. Yeah, but it's a longer route to get there then. Because I'm trying to get to the 80s. I mean, it's going to be traffic either way. I mean, I think it's going to take equally as long. Even if Florence is a little bit faster, I still have to drive further to get there. And there's traffic on the freeway. So I'm just going to take Manchester. Do you remember the 100 Days, 100 Nights that went down like 10 years ago? Was it pretty crazy? I wouldn't know, bro. I'm fresh. And when it comes to this stuff, I'm fresh. I didn't even know about that until like way after it happened. Like I only started getting into like covering gangbanging content like 3 or 4 years ago. And so I learned about the 100 Days, 100 Nights like over half a decade after it happened. So yeah, I'm kind of new, but I know about it. I know it was crazy. I know it was like the Rolling Hundreds versus all the Hoovers and shit, and it was really, really violent. Like shootings literally every single day. I don't think there's been a war like that crazy since then. Like I've heard about some back and forth action, but not to the same extent as what happened that summer. Like a whole entire summer where it's just like shootings every single day. Like that doesn't happen really anymore. Where it's just like two different hoods going at it every single day. What's up? Happy Thursday. Where are the 304s at? They're on Fig. We're not on Fig. We're on the east side now. What am I gonna eat for lunch? Good question. I had a BLT. It's 3 in the afternoon, but I'm getting a little hungry. I don't know. Maybe I'll, I can't do DoorDash. I can't do Uber Eats or DoorDash. My complex I'm living in, they're getting the asphalt resurfaced. So I can't do food delivery. I'll have to eat in somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna go. Taco Bell. Everybody always says go to Taco Bell. Oh no. No. not a Taco Bell guy. What city though? This is South Central Los Angeles. Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles. This is the one that P&B Rock got killed at. On the right. Right here. He pulled up here in a Lamborghini. I mean, RIP to the guy, but what a stupid ass move. This is the trenches. Why would you come here in a Lambo? Goy Donald's, yeah. Goy Donald's. Because it's his fucking car and his money? Yeah, I mean, but it cost him his life. So it was still a bad decision. Like you can't excuse the clear foolishness on his part. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go to fucking Africa and flash my expensive watches and jewelry and nothing's gonna happen to me. Like, it's just stupid. Why would you do that? You don't try to flex stuff that's worth like millions of dollars in front of a bunch of like grimy ass poor people who will literally take your life for like a couple $1,000. Like, it's just a dumb move. Yeah, he could do whatever he wants and it's only going to cost you your life. But if you're willing to pay, then I guess. But what I am saying is that he should use his brain. It's like, dude, if you're a street person, aren't you supposed to be street smart? Like, you gotta know how to move a little bit better than that. Yeah, see, yeah, it's sad. It's sad. It's very unfortunate. He was from Philadelphia. He's I don't know how famous he was. He was somewhat famous. I think he had like a couple million followers. And he thought, oh, I'm good everywhere in LA. Everybody knows who I am. Everybody respects me. I can do what I want. Nobody's gonna trip. I'm cool with enough LA niggas. Nothing bad's gonna happen. And he got proven wrong and it cost him his life. Yeah, like, dude, there's like, yeah, that's what I don't understand, is that there's other Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, like other Waffle Houses that aren't in the ghetto like that. Like the one in Long Beach isn't that ghetto. The one in Inglewood arguably is like less ghetto. He went to the most ghetto location. Like there's one, Schoolyards, right? I would think the Schoolyards one would be safer than the one on Manchester and Main. Manchester and Main's bad. This is a bad area. There ain't nothing good about it. There's no gentrification going on anywhere near here where you have a bunch of white people moving in, forcing all like the super grimy people to pack their shit and move to Antelope Valley or to Vegas or to Texas or to San Bernardino. They're all still here, and you're gonna try to flex your shit on them. Stupid. It's a bad move. It's a bad move. Like I said, I don't agree with him getting killed and robbed over it, but you know, it's like the same reason why you wouldn't want your daughter or your wife or your girlfriend to be wearing like super skimpy clothing in an area where there's a bunch of thirsty ass dudes, you know? It's like you gotta read the room a little bit. Like, hey, you know, stealing is wrong, right? But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't lock your car doors or you shouldn't lock the doors on your house. You gotta assert some risk management policies and put those in place. Alright, so somebody from F13 said earlier on my stream that somewhere in the 80s in Central there's some tags. We'll see. We'll see about that. But yeah, Florencia doesn't tag like they used to. And they start buffing out all the alleys. Like after they did the RICO Act, dude, I swear to God, as soon as they like arrested a shit ton of people from Florence, they like start really cracking down on graffiti. And they buffed every alley. Every alley in Florence got buffed out. Before, there would be tags in each of the alleys that had been there for like 5-10 years. Like there's tags from like people who are like been dead for a while. And now those are all gone. Good thing I got a lot of them. All right, there's the tag. All right, I'm gonna go take a picture real quick. Hold up. There's a pizza place nearby, review it. Ghetto pizza. What do the reviews look like on Google Maps? Watch your back, somebody's in their car in front of me. It was just a random paisa. And even if it was somebody from the hood, you know, if he started asking questions like, yo, what's good? What are you doing here? I just tell him. I'd be straight up with him. That's happened a lot where I'll be taking a picture, someone's posted up in their car and I didn't see him, and then they pop out. And like that's happened to me plenty of times. You know, you just be honest with them. Like, hey, you know, I have this autistic hobby where I take pictures of things in the hood. I'm like, oh, all right, what's your page? And then I tell them, like, oh, yeah. And then you're free to go after that. Everything's good. Usually. That's not all the time, but usually that's how it goes down. Sheikah. Got the Kitchen Crips tagging up right here. Why am I over here? Because I was told that there's tags here. Somebody from Florence told me to go to like the 80s. You must be from Swans. I see the 7.9s. Gangs don't really seem to care how. Yeah, I mean, once in a while you'll get like a black gang that, or like a tagger from a black hood who will really know what's up. Like, there's actually, believe it or not, there's actually black gangbangers who could do Old English, and they're pretty good at it. You don't see it very often. It's pretty damn rare, but it does happen from time to time. Once in a blue moon. So not every tag that I've seen done by a black gangbanger has been bad. I mean, a lot of them is just kind of degaffing. They just throw it up and that's it. Or just Latino gangbangers in general who can't tag very well. I don't know if it's because they're like really young, like they're 12 or 13 years old. Of course they blocked the alley. Europe. Go to 79th and McKinley. It's cutting in and out. Really? Is my phone overheating? No. Really? Let me check. Always problems. Does T-Mobile really suck that much balls? It's good. Alright. Hopefully it retains good signal strength. Go to 79th and McKinley. Alright. I can do that. This is like the border between Barrio Mojados and Florence. And the Swans are up in here too. Out. Okay. 79th and McKinley. really see much. There's a school. Don't really see much. Maybe let's go through the alley. The 79th Street alley. There was a big swan hit up just a few days ago. There's like some kind of tacky looking F-13 tags. Not that great. Yeah, I mean, if it's been a few days, then it's probably gonna be gone. Tags don't last that long. Especially on a busy intersection like that, and it's next to a school, so it's not going to last long. There's a tag. Yeah, this is the Swans. Some old tags. F-13 Bogos. I only hear about the Bogos in whatchamacallit, in Mexico. Wasn't the Bogos clique of Florencia like claiming 90th Street? Dude, this motherfucker made it like impossible to get out of this alley. Jesus. Nice, dude. That's some good strikes right there. That's hella clean. That's pretty clean. That's not bad for a black hood. Okay. Now there's some like OGs posted up outside. I'm not sure if they're gonna trip if I take pictures right now. Bagos are 84th and Compton? Okay. I thought they were 90th Street. Who's on 90th? Yeah, I'm off my boot now. Be careful. You know, like, there's nobody really there. There's some like OGs, but they were around the corner. They weren't really paying attention. '74th and Stanford. No, we're on Wadsworth and 84th, headed south. But on 85th, I think I'm gonna hang a right and then go north on Stanford. Yeah, it is the trenches. Absolutely. There's no disputing that. Maybe I'll take the alleyway. Oh shit. I just saw a lot of tags on the sidewalk. I think I want to get those. It's probably the Swans, if I had to guess. I told myself I wouldn't go down this alley again, because this alley sucks, and I just completely forgot about it. Motherfucker. Raymond Washington used to live on 76th and Wadsworth. Hmm. '76 and Wadsworth. That's like 7 Tray Hustlers. That's like the border of the Swans and the 7 Tray Hustlers. How long do you drive for? I don't know. I drive until I start feeling stupid for having streamed so long. I drive until I get really hungry or my phone overheats. And that's actually the main reason why I'm streaming right now. Is I just got tint on my windshield, so I'm testing it out to see if my phone gets compromised by the heat still or not. I paid $350 for the 3M ceramic tint. So it's the highest quality you could get, and I got 35%. It's supposed to block out 90% of heat. It's doing a decent job so far. Motherfucker. Oh shit. Oh Fuck me. Fucking bitch, dude. Drop my gate opener in between my seats. Shit. I hate these cracks of doom. Is there any way I can get rid of this crack of doom? Someone link me to some shit on Amazon. Shit is frustrating. Okay. Oh, it's Florence. Okay. I was hoping it was going to be a black hood. I was hoping it was going to be swans. Because black tags, whether you like them or don't like them because you think they're like not aesthetic, they're more rare. This guy doesn't know shit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care what you think of me, dude. But it's my stream, so if I want to be wrong about shit, it's my right to be wrong. They have seat gap fillers on Amazon. I'm not LAPD. Dude, will the day ever end when I no longer get LAPD allegations? Like, it gets old, you know? Just like every single day. Are you a cop? No. Are you a cop? No. Use a cop. No, I'm not. Like every fucking day, dude. It just never ends. Ugh. Use a cop, cuh? No. I swear you is a cop. No, I'm not a cop. Okay, use a fed. Nope, not that either. You sure? Yes. Nah, use a cop. It's just like every single day. Just get bombarded with that shit. No, I don't work for law enforcement. I don't communicate with law enforcement. I don't talk to them. I don't want to talk to them. Plead the fifth, baby. I didn't do nothing. Alright. Dude, I might just like, how do I deal with this problem? I might have to have like my chat bot every single 3 minutes say, Cali Hood Page is not a cop, before you even ask, because somebody's gonna do it. If my stream ever gets more than 50 viewers, there's gonna be 2 or 3 people like saying that over and over and over and over. It's just an inevitability. It's only when it's like the regulars and the stream's kind of dead where it's ever chill. So I guess that's just something I'm gonna have to get used to as a new streamer is when there's more people popping it, that means things are going well. It means I got some fresh blood into the mix. Some potential recruits. I gotta get mods. No. I'm not there yet with the mods thing. Like, I don't think it's necessary yet. I have to have the thick skin to be able to tolerate some people talking shit once in a while. If you can't tolerate shit talk, then streaming is probably not for you. It's probably, your feelings are gonna get hurt too frequently, too often. Your mental state is gonna go down the shitter. So I can't be like that. Like, I have two options here. One option that I have is that I can pretend to be triggered by the shit that people say in the comments. I can play it off like I'm actually offended by some of the shit that they're saying. Or I could be the type of guy who never gives into rage bait and just turns the other cheek and is like, okay, yeah, whatever, dude. But I feel like, generally speaking, it's better content if I take the bait. I just have to not take it that seriously, you know, not take it too much to heart. When people get rage baited, that's usually a good clip. Is it not? Because that's drama, that's action, that captivates attention from the masses. That's the only reason why, like, any of my Instagram and my socials ever took off, is because like the posts that took off the most were the ones that enraged and outraged viewers the most. So if you're rage baiting people, you're probably winning. Do I need some roadhead? No. Thanks for the offer, but I'll pass. We're good on that. Appreciate the generosity, though. How long have I been in the law enforcement business? I've never been law enforcement. Are we just gonna rephrase the same question 50 different ways? Yeah, I'm not a cop and I'm not strapped. Yeah, dude, people are always asking me if I'm strapped. I think they're saying that because they're genuinely, like, afraid for me. I don't think it's like, oh, are you strapped because I'm about to, like, pull up on you right now. I don't think it's like that. And it's like, you know, even if I was strapped, whether I'm strapped or not, is that something that you want to be saying on stream? You know? Because if I was, and I had my blower on me, like in the glove compartment or inside the seat, you know, that's a felony. And now I would be admitting to, like, a literal felony. And, you know, what if law enforcement was watching my stream? I'd be in deep shit. They could crack down on me if they felt like it. So that's not even something that would be smart to even, like, talk about on a live stream, because that could be used as evidence against you. Can I pass by Beverly Hills 90210 house? No, because the reception's not that good out there. If the cell service is bad in the hills, then I can't go. I can't stream it. I have to get Starlink. I have to get Starlink, and then I have to get I have to buy this special router so that I can connect, like, a bunch of different services together into, like, one signal. Bruh, did these motherfuckers literally just fucking park here? I can't tell if these putos double parked or... Oh, they double parked. God. South Central for you, everybody just double parks everywhere. Am I strapped with condoms when I go to Figueroa? See, that's another thing that I always get. Hey, go bang some 304s on your live stream, pussy. People are always telling me to like go smash a 304 while on live. Like, dude, let me get my hazmat suit first. I have the complexion for the protection. That's why you're able to go to every hood like that. I have the complexion for the protection. What do you mean by that? Like, that's a cool rhyme, but dude, fuck all these people, dude. Worst drivers in South Central, I swear. No, my turn. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Thank you. Those are strippers out there. There's no strippers around here. Yeah, you get a lot of horny bastards, yeah. True. Don't hit me, I'll sue your ass. Dude, bro, I could use a new car. I'm sick of this one. Very open and keen on the idea of getting a new car. So if somebody wants to hit me, I'll give you the GPS coordinates. We can play bumper cars, but it's your fault, not mine. You have to admit fault. If you want to stream snipe me and meet up in real life, face to face in person, then you have to use your car as a blood sacrifice so I can get a new one. That's the deal. So if you agree to the terms, then we have a deal. We can meet up. How's the Sheba? Oh, she's good. She always acts like she hates me, but she loves me. That's how Shebas are. They're never needy. They're the opposite of needy. We're in the 6-pack right now. We're in the 6'9", the 6'9s and the 6'6s. East Coast Crip. What's up? Did my boot come off? Yeah, it came off. I'm bootless. We're elevating. My foot still hurts though, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think I can run very far. Like I walked while I was waiting for my car to get tinted, because I got my car tinted at 10 in the morning. It took them like 2.5 hours to finish. And so while I was waiting, it was in Carson. It was on Avalon and 223rd. That's where I got my car tinted, at Audio Motorsport. So I walked down to Scottsdale Pyru's Hood, the townhomes, and I took pictures there. And it was like a 2-mile round trip, and my foot was hurting. So my foot's still a little fucked up. Yeah, I got ceramic. I paid $350 just for the windshield. But I got the best ceramic. Allegedly it blocks 95% of heat. I believe it. My phone, it's not overheating. My phone is warm, but it's not overheating as much. Ping pong, a dangerous sport, don't get it twisted. Yeah. I just saw a tag. I'm gonna try and get it. Congrats on being bootless, thank you. New shoe, new me. Am I gonna celebrate the freedom? No. I got work to do. I can't celebrate every little victory. Maybe I can celebrate the big victories, but getting my boot off and just walking around normally, that's my celebration. But I won't be fully satisfied until my foot stops hurting. There's a couple tags I want to get real quick. Hold up. I just got that tag. There's like a blue one back there. I don't know if you can see it. East Coast. Yeah, 6-pack. That's where we're at. I don't go through 6-pack very often. Like, I usually stay in like the Mexican hoods, to be honest, because there's more tags. I mean, I've been around here quite a few times, but I'm not as consistent with it as I am with the Mexican hoods. Oh, Royalty Market? Right there. Yeah, I just saw it. That's a big ass market on 62nd and San Pedro. Yeah, it's a big ass liquor store. Yeah, I know they kick it there a lot. That's why I'm not gonna go. Cause I don't want to stream homies who are outside. It's a good way to make people upset with me. If they're outside right now, they're not gonna want me to just like pop up and start streaming them. They're not gonna be cool with that. And I've honestly, like, I've never really talked to homies from Six Deuce that much. I've only talked to homies from like 8-9, 7-6, and maybe 5-9 and First Street, but never anybody from Six Pack. I don't know anybody out here, so I can't just like come and do that and expect people to be cool with it. Hood interview flashbacks. Okay, so I'm gonna start looking into getting equipment to do like a podcast. People have told me consistently, you should do a podcast, you should do a podcast. It would be great, it would be dope, and I've always doubted it. I've always... Yeah, bro. Like, this area, you look around, like, there's a bunch of kids that got out of school, like Edgar's and shit, and it's like, for every one black kid you see, there's 20 Mexicans. Here. You can see kids leaving school right now. All Mexican. Mexican. Like one black. And that's not even a kid, that's like an adult. Dude, it's like a 20-to-1 ratio of Mexicans to blacks at this high school. Is this a middle school or a high school? They're all Mexican. So that when somebody was saying like, oh, what's the percentage of Mexicans to blacks? Like, what's the proportion? And he was asking if it was 50-50 or 60-40. Like, bruh. Like, I'm looking out the window, nothing but Mexican kids. There's no blacks. I'm looking around, literally, I turn my head here, there's 5 kids, they're all Mexican. I turn to the left, there's like 20 kids waiting out in front of the school, all Mexican. I look across the street, they're Mexican. It's like, it might be even greater than 20-to-1. It might be like 25-to-1. It's like, there's like black people, but they're all older. The youth, the newer generations, it's brown, it's Raza, it's not black. I'm not even lying. I have no reason to lie. Like, I don't benefit from lying. This is like BMS's hood. Barrio Mojados. Look, Mexican. That was like 20 Mexicans. 20 Mexican kids. Where's the blacks? It's not racist, it's true. Like, literally, like, what, am I not allowed to believe my own eyeballs? Okay, there's one black homeless lady. like a crackhead. Yeah, it's a mix, but it's predominantly Mexican. Yeah, your high school is mostly Hispanic, some blacks, almost no white. Right. Phone temperature check. Is my stream good now? What's my point? The point I'm making is that a lot of people who aren't from LA and don't live here have this preconceived notion that LA has like black people everywhere. And it's like, it's not really true. They're a very small minority. They only make up 6% of Los Angeles's population. And if you want to factor in all of LA County, I'm just saying like LA City, it's only 6%, but in LA County, it's probably lower. It's probably like 4 or 3%. They are less than 10% of LA's population. If you want to go somewhere where there's a lot of black folks, probably Atlanta, they'll have a majority there. In the South. But in LA, only in certain pockets of Los Angeles do the blacks have dominance over the Mexicans. And that would probably be in Watts or on the west side. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why people are trying to argue with me. I'm literally like there's like 12 more people standing right there in the corner, and all 12 of them are Mexican. I've driven down from Florence to Manchester, down San Pedro as school is getting out, and I probably saw 300 or 400 Mexicans and maybe like 4 or 5 blacks. Maybe 7. Barely any. So, if that doesn't tell you what the demographics are, at least in this part of South Central on the east, I don't know what will. Maybe as we head south towards Green Meadows, it'll change. I don't know if there's another school that we're gonna pass by with students leaving, but it's probably Mexican dominant down there too. You want to send a shout out to all the homeboys from the east side. Okay. 14th Street, what about 14th Street? We're in the 80s. We're nowhere near 14th Street. Is that a reference to Clanton or what's going on? Okay, let's go over here. I haven't been here in a minute. I've linked up before with 87 Gangster Crip before. Right here at the park on the left. Oh, I forgot. I have to get new tires. One of my tires is deflating. I'm gonna get tacos. I'll probably get my tire fixed and replaced first. The projects are right to the left. The Avalon Gardens. There's a Hard Time, Hustler Crib Tag. So this is the 88 Avalon's hood. Now this is a hood I never go to. I usually skip Avalon's. Not in the low bombs, but here in Green Meadows. PJs. Did I link with anybody from 79th Street now? I don't try to link with people while streaming. You know, it's just not something that I do. This is the Avalon Gardens. OG lefty from Wagon Colonia Watts. Yeah, this is the projects on 88th and Avalon. Yeah. Most of it is one-story projects, but they have some two-story. These projects don't look like the others. Like it must have been a different designer or architect, because like when you compare the projects like Nickerson Gardens, Imperial Courts, Jordan Downs, the Pueblos, who else? Rancho San Pedro, like those projects, even Dogtown, you can tell that they're all designed by the same architect. Right? Like they all have that block, that same block that they use for the building. It's their like default design. And they have like flat roofs. The Avalon projects, they have slanted roofs. There's some Avalon tags here and there, not too many. Didn't Jordan Downs get torn down? Yeah. Absolutely. I just saw a tag. I'm gonna go get it. I gotta get at least one Avalon tag before I bounce and go to the next hood. There's like a family having like a little party in front of the tag. Yeah. Maybe I'll come back for it later. 87th. I'll remember that. What does that say? Does that say manatee? I don't know what the fuck that says. Lefty is my son Solo from West Side Crazies. Are you talking to me? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't hit me. Look at the doggy. My first dog was like half black lab, half pit bull. Oh, Lefty from WCW. Oh, okay. I don't know if he left the chat. He may have. We're in the Family Swan Bloods hood now. This is another hood I usually don't spend much time in. Probably not a lot of tags in there. tags on the left. Nope. Nope. Yeah, I usually skip this area. Like if I want to get swan tags, you go north of Manchester, usually. Go back to 87th and see if that family's still posted up in front of their house. All right, let's try and get this done. Check out North Manchester. What do you mean? North Manchester. I don't want to go to Bethune. If anything, I'm going to head south. I'm going to head back towards the harbor area. I got what I was looking for. I got enough shit today. LA does have one of the highest black populations in the nation. Yeah, but they represent a very small percentage of people in LA. It's less than 10%. Like I think there's more black people in New York City than LA. They all got pushed out of LA County. Am I gonna end stream? I'll keep it going until I gotta get my tires changed. I'm gonna go to the tire shop. There's this tire shop closer to my house. I'll keep streaming until I get there. Am I a journalist? I guess, kind of, ish. More like a photographer than anything. They're spread out, so they're in certain areas. Yeah, they're mostly in Watts and on the west side. But the east side, it's like majority Mexicans. Like, there's still more white people than there are black people in Los Angeles. That's for sure. Oh, what the fuck is this? MS? Dude, I've been seeing a lot of MS tags in South Central. There's Florence. Oh, there's a lot of tags here. Yeah, 87th Street in between Avalon and San Pedro always has a lot of tags. Like, you'll have Barrio Ochentas. They tag a lot here. You got Hard Time and Avalon going back and forth. Fuck. MS-13 and Florence, I think, crossing each other out. Blacks moved to Palmdale. Yeah, I think so, but I can't confirm that with my own eyeballs. I've never really spent too much time there. Like Lancaster, Palmdale, Bakersfield. I gotta go sometime because I know it's active out there, but I haven't made the trip. I've been to San Bernardino more than I've been to Antelope Valley. Even though I think Antelope Valley is a little closer. Live in San Dimas. Yeah, that's a little bit out there for me. That's pretty deep in the San Gabriel Valley. That's getting close to the border with San Bernardino. But I used to like the water park there as a kid. Was it Wild Rivers? Was it Wild Rivers or Raging Waters? Should I stay on San Pedro? Raging Waters, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the one. I liked that place as a kid. I actually would be down to go back. As disgusting as it sounds, like nobody wants to go with me because they can only think about all the piss in there. And I'm like, dog, just shower after, it's fine. Dude, every pool probably has a little bit of piss in it. What's the difference if it's a water park or just a regular hotel swimming pool? There's piss everywhere, okay? And nobody complains when it's at a hotel. Because there's definitely like kids using that shit, and kids don't give a fuck. If they think that they can get away with something, they're gonna do it. They're gonna pee in the pool. And now all of a sudden everybody's concerned about people peeing in water parks. Like, well, at least with water parks, there's more water there. It's bigger than just a regular pool, so there's more water. Or am I tripping? What are these retards doing driving like 10 miles per hour? Make up your mind, dude. Dude, nobody in South Central has ever heard of a turning signal. Nothing is better than to swim with a prostitute. Okay, relax, Tony. Relax. Okay. Sounds like you gotta rub one out. Heavy chlorine. Yeah, if it's chlorine, what's the harm? What's the harm, dude? It's like, yo, I mean, if you'd eat out a girl's coochie, why are you afraid of a water park? Like, if you eat out a girl's butthole, like, you can't be afraid of a water park. That's so inconsistent. Yeah, it's Broadway. Maybe we'll catch some South Los tags right now. Nope. I have to go to 92nd. And now we're in 9 Deuce Hoover. There's so many MS-13 techs in South Central now. Like, I used to see them more by like King Boulevard and the ATCs and the Harlem 30s. But now I see them in like 9 Deuce Hoover all the time. So I don't know where they set up shop, but there's gotta be like a new clique around here somewhere, or like they branched out. I should go to San Diego. I'll go to San Diego. I'll go to San Diego if and only if I can maintain an average of 75 viewers on Kick. So if you want to support me, you want to support your boy, and you fuck with my live streams, where I really need you guys to watch my streams on is on Kick. Because that's where I'm trying to qualify for the creator program. Because they treat streamers way better than Facebook or YouTube or Twitch. YouTube only gives me an audience. Holy shit, dude. Fucking IQ of like 65. Did you see that chick? Literally just walks into traffic. You see, like, those are like the types of people who get ran over here. You hear about people getting ran over in South Central. That's an example of the type of person who gets ran over. They see me coming and they just walk anyways, with like no time for me to react. The amount of retardation, man, it's painful to deal with. YouTube is where you always want to watch me at. Yeah, I get it, but YouTube doesn't do anything for me. Like I'm eventually trying to make some money off of this, and like, if I'm not going to get super chats on YouTube, then I'm going to want to get paid hourly by Kick. So that, I know people want to watch me on YouTube, but that doesn't, how does that benefit me though? It doesn't really benefit me that much right now, unfortunately. If YouTube had a better incentive program, then sure, why not? But they don't. So that's why I gotta pick favorites. I gotta pick favorites. I'm in my mid-30s. I can't be making dumb business decisions. You don't need an app to watch him. It's available on the website. What's your white ass doing just cruising, making money off our streets? Well, I think you just answered your own question. But to correct you, I'm not making money. This live stream, I've probably lost $10. And I probably got a nail in my tire, which costs 135 bucks. So yeah, you do the math, I just lose when I do this. I don't win anything. But how does it benefit me to go to Kick when that happens? Not on my phone. What do you mean? Kick is available on your phone and your computer. Well, I can't cater everything to just one follower. It's like if you run a restaurant or you run a business and you cater your entire business to one person who had a complaint. Meanwhile, everybody else is like cool with it and on board, but you're gonna listen to this one guy. What cities have the worst drivers? South Central is pretty awful. Roll up to your hood and give me a tour. Well, the way that you came at me at first, it almost sounds like you might be trying to set me up, no? How do I know that's friendly? And which hood is it? Is it Chicano gang? Is it fuck, what's the name of this street? Chicano gang? CVCG? What's the street? Fucking Harris Avenue. Harris Avenue. Hey, speaking of which, you guys used to have some sick hit-ups on the wall of the freeway. There used to be some roller hit-ups that I took pictures of and posted about 3 years ago, but they got buffed out. But I would say that for a time, Chicano gang had the best strikes in Compton, for sure. Yeah, I used to, like, I found that one spot where there was all the tags and shit, and I was pretty hyped about that. I busted out my drone and took pictures of it. Hey, your hood, like dead ass, has like, what street is it? Hold on. Laurel Street. Laurel Street has the most fucked up road in all of Compton. Like, you can't drive faster than like 12 miles per hour down that street. Yeah, I know about the trailer parks. Yeah, Laurel Street, that's a fucked up street, man. They need to repave that shit, man. Yeah, I did some serious damage to my car going down that block. Like, I just drove down it like any other block, and that fucked my shit up. I was like, God damn it, bro. You know how expensive it is to fix a suspension. It's not cheap. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of far away from Compton right now, but you know, I'm due for a Compton stream, so hey, next time I go live, tune in and suggest it, and then maybe I'll come through. I usually stream at night, but I'm trying to do some I'm trying to up my day game. But whenever you want, let me know. Okay, well, I mean, how do I reach you? Because you can't message people on YouTube. There's no like messaging service. I don't even know where I would find you, and I got banned off of Instagram. Like they took my shit down. I'm trying to get it back, but yeah, I know Compton is dangerous, but like a lot of times when I go to Compton, it'll be like 3 or 4 in the morning. Okay, I'm getting like way off track though. I need to head back to the harbor area because I have a nail in my tire. My shit's gonna fucking deflate before I get back to Harbor Gateway. I think, where the fuck are we? Is this like where are we? Is this like Front Street? Front Street Watts? 102nd McKinley? I think behind me is the 97s. Yeah, send me an email. Yeah, CaliHoodPage@gmail. Hit me up. Your boys from Carson 13 also, I can get you. I was just there today. That's where I got my windows, or my windshield tinted. I got my windshield tinted on 223rd and Avalon. And if you check my Facebook page, I literally just posted a C13 strike up. It was Realty Street, Ravenna Street, and Nightcrawlers all together. I haven't talked to any of the guys from C13 in a long time. They used to DM me, but that was like a couple years ago. Rancho San Pedro? Okay, yeah, RIP from 16th Street. Yeah, when I go to Rancho San Pedro, I usually go to the projects. I go to like 3rd Street, 1st Street, Santa Cruz. Tiny is your nephew from Ravenna Street? Okay. Yeah, but send me that email. CaliHoodPage@gmail. Hit me up. Let's connect. I'll let you know if I'm headed towards the hood. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, just send me an email. What's up, Gio? We're in South Central. Well, we're like on the border of Watts in South Central. Actually, this is Watts. This would be considered Watts. McKinley, I think, is Watts. I think it goes all the way to Avalon. I think Avalon is like the western border of Watts. From Avalon to Alameda. And then Century? No. 92nd. No. Firestone. I don't know. Because it's like there's certain hoods that claim Watts, but they're like technically in Florence. Like Mortontown, that's still considered like the Florence Firestone district. And then I think the same might apply to Elm Street. Like in between 88th and 92nd. Like, is 92nd the north border of Watts? Happy Thursday. Hi, bro. Thanks from France for sharing all this graffiti. You're a big fan. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't even know how to say thank you. Do you say like au revoir? I don't speak French. We have literally no French people. No French speakers in Los Angeles. Like, we don't have people who speak French or German. It's like everybody in LA who is not speaking English is speaking Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, or Korean. And maybe, Hindi? We have some Indians here. Arabic. I don't know. Yeah, just Spanish, English, Korean. Some Japanese, some Chinese. But it's mostly brown. It's mostly Mexican. Korean, Armenian. Yeah, I mean, we have a big Armenian population here, but it's not like Mexicans. And it's like that's only in certain small pockets, like Hollywood, North Hollywood, and Glendale? Yeah, Glendale. Yeah, Glendale's known for having Armenians. Sometimes it's hard to like pick them out, at least for me, because I didn't grow up with a ton of them. Glendale looks nice too. I'm not sure about the crime, but passing through it is nice. Yeah, the Americana is decent. Yeah, I mean, there's some hoods around Glendale, like Tunerville's in Glendale, Armenian Power's in Glendale, Westside Locos, Glendale. And then you have TRS, Rascals, they're nearby in Atwater Village, right next door. And I think Clantone used to be in Glendale too, but I think that clique is long gone. About to hit Compton. More like Willow. I don't know why I try to beat that. Had like a mental defect right there. I was gonna try to gun it, but I saw the dip. I was like, fuck that. California is going Republican, no more human poop on the streets. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Spencer Pratt wins, you know? The thing is, like, I have to really look into Spencer Pratt's background, because he might be good for cleaning up the streets and getting rid of, like, all the homeless people and shit, and clean up all the garbage. But you also have to check to see if he's bought out by realtors too. Because the guy, he has money supporting him. It's a grassroots push, but there's definitely some money supporting the guy. And that's just something to be aware of. It's like, you know, he might be good in some ways, but you might have to tolerate some other bullshit with him. This is 11-8 East Coast, Town Avenue. No tags. Sometimes there's tags here, but they're usually not that great. This little pocket right here actually has a lot of blacks living here. And they actually share this block with a small hustler Crip gang, the 11-5s, the Eastside 11-5 Hustlers. They're on this block. Yeah, that's true, you know. That's true. I mean, I don't like the overdevelopment, though. I'm not saying that's what he's going to do, by the way. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if he's willing to fight against it, because he hasn't really spoken about it. He's mostly just talked about the fires, and he's talked about the homeless people. But I'm not really hearing him make a strong push for, I don't know, preserving Los Angeles and fighting against the overdevelopment that's being brought down upon us from Sacramento and LA County. I haven't really heard him say much about that. So that's why I'm hesitant. I'm not quick to start glazing the guy. A lot a lot of my friends and a lot of people I know are like, they're completely on board. I'm like, that's cool. But with politicians, you always got to kind of like cross your fingers a little bit and hope that they're what you envision them to be. Because usually they disappoint. I haven't like experienced or heard of like a really, really good politician who I agree with on like most things in a long time. If not ever. They usually disappoint, so I'm just a little bit apprehensive. I don't want to get too high on somebody before I know everything about them. Soon homes will not have yards. I agree, yeah. The overdevelopment is so stupid. It's a cash grab. That's all it is. I understand people want to get their money, but a lot of the, you know, like, at what point does money conflict with quality of life? Like, it's an opportunity for one person to make a buck, but it destroys the quality of life gradually for everybody who still remains in that area. And like, you know, a lot of people maybe buying up homes, they might not even have to live around here. They don't have to deal with the impact of overdevelopment. They don't have to deal with the impact of all these high-rises being built in single-family residential neighborhoods. They don't have to deal with that. We do. Most politicians are bought out, sure, yeah. I agree. Look, I just... You have to take the good with the bad and the bad with the good, I guess, with politicians, but I wish it didn't have to be that way. You know, sometimes I just won't vote because I'm like, I don't trust any of these motherfuckers. Anyone can feed the public what they want to hear for a vote. It's a governmental hustle, and honestly, it's whatever the elites want in power. We're just pawns and from birth until death. Yeah. I mean, it is possible for a populist uprising, but the elites don't want populists. Populists are a threat to the current shebang that we're living in. You're not going to like what a partisan says all the time, just like you don't like what your friend says all the time. It's common sense. It's always going to be that way. It wouldn't be that way if it were a dictatorship. It would just be, it'd probably be pretty straightforward. I think, well, that's not necessarily true, but at least we wouldn't have to have the responsibility of voting just to get let down and deceived in the end. If it was like, a kingship, some kind of authoritarian dictatorship, and they had absolute power, then they wouldn't necessarily have to lie about what they're doing to get a vote, because they're just already in and they're gonna stay in. Believing in Jesus is retarded. I disagree. I don't agree with that. I think a lot of people could probably use some Jesus, because without some kind of religious bedrock, not all people, but a lot of people are going to be misled and aren't going to have a good idea determining the difference between right and wrong. So I think religion does teach important virtues that without it we'd be simply animals. Whatever happened to the Venezuela president? He's locked up. Dude, fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine was sharing a jail cell. Or he was in the same unit as Nicolas Maduro. They were in the same unit in Rikers Island in New York. Isn't that crazy? Most dictatorships don't let you stream. That's false. Shit. Most dictatorships don't let you stream. No, that's not true. I mean, China's pretty authoritarian. Like, you know, they don't fuck around in China, but they'll still let you live stream. Even North Korea, I don't know if North Korea will let you stream, but they let you take videos and pictures. But you just have to not take pictures of like military installations, certain buildings. United Arab Emirates, that's a dictatorship. People stream there a lot in Dubai. What's another country that? Yeah, not all dictatorships are like, oh, there's like so many rules, like you can't even like do anything, like you have zero freedoms. That's not true. And I guess I should say, when I say like dictatorship, I mean a rule of one, not a democracy. Like ruled by one person who's pragmatic. Let's just say Spencer Pratt wins the mayor spot. He becomes LA's mayor. But let's say, like in some kind of fictional parallel universe, he becomes the king of America, king of the 50 states. And a lot of you guys really like the guy. You're pretty high on him. And he just started dismantling all the institutions that weren't being beneficial for the country, getting rid of all of the bullshit nonprofits, participating in the homelessness issue, and doing like all these extreme things, right? Tearing the country apart to rebuild it again. That would be considered like authoritarian, and he'd be like a dictator. He's dictating what happens, and he's just one guy. But you guys would support that. So it's like, it's not like all dictatorships are necessarily, they just they come into power and then they just start like killing everybody, like Pol Pot or one of these tyrants. Like you could be a dictator but not a tyrant. I think that's logically possible. Like a king is a dictator, and we had nothing but kings and pharaohs and shoguns and emperors for thousands and thousands of years, right? Like all the Middle Eastern countries that we destroyed, like I think a lot of them are like dictatorships. Like Gaddafi, he ruled Libya for like over 30 years. Saddam Hussein, he was in power since like the 80s. And I'm not saying that these leaders were like perfect by any measure. But the people who lived there, they actually liked it. They preferred it compared to what they have today. I know Jordan is still ruled by a king, King Abdullah of Jordan. He still rules the country. and then you have like the Saudi crown prince bin Salman. So, you know, going back to small government. Oh, I mean, but what do you mean by small government? Like not parliamentary, not a democracy, but just like one person in charge, like a king, a leader. Most of history was like that. Most of history was not a democracy. If you don't like what the king says, you die. I mean, if he turns out to be a despot, then yeah, I would leave. Look, I'm not saying that bad dictatorships, I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm saying that they could be good. I'm not saying that, oh, like, just because, like, it's a dictatorship means it's good. That's totally not what I'm saying. There's bad dictators, there's good dictators. Like, was every king so fucking horrible that they just completely destroyed their country? Because if that's the case, then how the hell did we make it to the 21st century? We would be extinct. Because before, like, the 1800s, probably like 98% of all of humanity was ruled by like a king or a lord, some kind of feudal system, an emperor, a supreme chancellor, whatever the fuck they call them, dude. They're ruled by like one guy, like a prince or a king or a queen. It's like one person calling all the shots. And we did that for millennia. And if it was so bad, then wouldn't humanity have gone extinct? Wouldn't we have gone extinct if it was so fucking bad? Because it was like that for thousands of years. I think it's possible to have a noble, fair, smart, not crazy, single ruler. And it's also possible to have a guy who's a total nut job, a total psychopath. You know, you could have both. So, yeah, I mean, I guess the people just have to put their faith in the right person. But that would be very difficult to do in a country like America, because America it's a melting pot. And different groups of people tend to have different values, vote differently, have different principles. So I'm not sure if it will work in America. I feel like America is a country where a kingdom couldn't be possible, because you have such a wide spectrum of beliefs, and the lack of unity and the lack of like a common culture amongst all 350 million Americans, that's going to be a problem. So I guess if there was like a king or something, even if he was good and if he was fair, I feel like, well, first of all, there would be the elites who wouldn't like that. So civil war is probably going to happen one way or another. And even without the elites funding it, I feel like there would still be like a lot of attempts to break away from the kingdom. So I don't know, it's tough. It's very tough. Hard to get everybody to agree on the same shit in this country. It's very difficult. I think that's dangerous. You know, China, people, I think a lot of Americans consider China to be a dictatorship. But look at what China's done in the last 20 years. They're like way more advanced than we are. It's crazy. Like, they've improved so much. And you know, they definitely had to, you know, there's definitely some growing pains involved in that. Like, they had to knock down a shit ton of villages, displace a fuck ton of people in order to make their cities modernized. But it worked. It definitely worked. And now China is probably going to be one of the biggest tourism spots in the world. It's like they're up there with Dubai now. I'm not saying like the economic freedom and the opportunity to move there and live tax-free is there. I'm not saying that, but they are very like technologically advanced. Like, their engineering feats are like no other. And that's like a dictatorship, and it's communist. They're literally like ran by the CCCP. They're literally communist. They're communist, which I don't personally agree with. And they're, you know, by many measures considered a dictatorship. But they're doing shit right. They're doing shit better than us. Like, we're too busy like bullshitting ourselves. They're actually like trying to make improvements to their country, and it's working. And it's kind of embarrassing to watch, being from over here. Like, I wish we could just get our shit together over here, man. I really wish we could. Like, I don't want to get to the point where I yearn to live in China. It's like, dude, how far gone have we ended up to where China sounds like a better place to settle down than America? But they have slave labor in those spots. True. But their gross domestic product is going up. I think things are improving over there. They got rid of the crime, you know, and then like I'm thinking from the perspective of like living as like a middle class person in China. And like, I think I just project a lot of money going over there because of tourism. And because China used to be dangerous. It used to be not safe for tourists. I went there when I was 12. So it was like over 2 decades ago. And when I was over there, shit, man, like everybody was getting pickpocketed. They're so good. They were so fast at it. And but they put a stop to that. They snuffed that out. No more pickpockets in China. China is not a better place than America to live at because you couldn't do what you're doing now in China. What are you talking about? They allow streamers in China. Speed, iShowSpeed literally did a live stream in China. He literally did a live stream. Like, so I rest my case. It's not true. You keep saying other places are better than America, but you ain't lived nowhere else. I'm not taking my visit. I'm talking about, you're not talking about visiting, you're talking about living. But, okay, well, first of all, you said that I can't stream in China. That's not true. You can live stream. So that we can forget about. Number two, yeah, you don't have freedom of political expression. That's a fact. And yeah, I don't know what it's like to live over there. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that things are better than they were before. Are things improving at the same rate in America? I think things are improving in China. Are things improving in America? A lot of people would say that America has not improved since like the 80s or the 90s. America has been in a decline. So like even if China is worse in certain respects with like the slave labor and all that, I hear you. But even though there's slave labor there, things are overall getting better. They are improving there. There's signs of improvement. Where are the signs of improvement in America? I can at least diagnose a couple of improvements with China. I can't really diagnose any improvements over the past 30 years in America. That's why I'm saying, and that's why I'm concerned. Because China doesn't have the crazy national debt that America has. China actually exports goods. Like they're a producer. We don't produce shit. We have no manufacturing. So we don't have a lot of like the good jobs that men would work, that you could purchase your own home with. We don't have that. They're a manufacturing powerhouse. The country keeps buying gold to keep their currency strong. They formed the BRICS alliance with Brazil, Russia, India, China. What's the S? What's the S? What's the S country in BRICS? I think they're just making more better decisions than America. And I think over time that's going to pay off. Yeah, China did have a real estate crisis. They overdeveloped. That is true. That's 100% true. But who's holding the bag on that? That's like the billionaire developers. They're the ones holding the bag on that shit. You don't know that, you don't know what their situation is. Do you know their situation? You've been telling me repeatedly that I don't know what their situation is, but you haven't told me what you do know. What do you know? You've just been saying that I don't know things. What do you know? Slovakia? That's a country you don't hear a lot about in the Eastern Europe. Bratislava. You hear about Czech Republic and Prague, but you don't hear about Slovakia very much. Oh, fuck. I missed my fucking turn. That's not true, because that's the only government showing you what they want you to know. Countries, but then I told you what you need to know. Okay, I'll tell you what I do know about China. China, some of the best food I've ever had in my life is from China. I know that much. Their produce tastes better over there compared to California, which is supposedly a breadbasket. I know that they've been buying a lot of gold, which I think is smart. I think that's a good move. I think that keeps your currency strong and helps get rid of inflationary pressures that would affect a country like the US that has a fiat currency. Russia's been buying a lot of gold too. And I also see that their economy is improving. I'm not saying that the slave labor went away. But the reason why I'm saying that, though, because you're saying that they're better than America, but you never lived over there. That's all you're saying. Okay. Okay. But you don't know. You don't know, based on your own experience or your own research, if China's good or not. You're just saying that I don't know, but you don't know yourself. I'm saying that they're doing a better job running their shit. That's what I'm saying, because there's evidence that they're doing a good job. Hi, right rear, it's deflating. I need a new tire. Tire? Yeah. For 80? Yes, sir. Yeah, let's do it. All right, yeah, if you just park right there. Okay, pull forward? Yes, sir. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn off the stream. I'm getting my tire changed. I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe I'll stream tonight. We'll see.